Southampton won, Manchester United won. There we go. We started already. It started already. The optimism and the hope and all the great excitement after that really, really good win on match day one, and here we are. We're back to it. We're back to it. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It never ends with this geezer. It never ends. Honestly, it never ends for him. Every single time, you show up, you just feel like okay, the team is in a good place. We've got Sancho, we've got Varane, and we look a better team. Obviously, we should have signed a midfielder by now in the transfer window, but at least we're looking at a much better team than we looked before. The team is looking, all right. We're in a good position now. Let's just say, like I said in my match preview, I am Ole. Ole knows best until it proves to me otherwise. Guess what, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? You're proving to me that you do not know best just by a few seconds of me saying that. Just about 2 hours ago, I said that. Ole knows best until he proves me otherwise, and you have proved me otherwise already on match day 2. What a surprise! It's easy to get carried away, but the fact is, if we continue to play like this and he continues to choose favorites, because that's what he did today, if he continues to do that, we're not going to win the league. We're not going to get anywhere near doing it. We're not going to be anywhere near competing. We're not going to be anywhere near where we need to be. The one word to describe Manchester United today, actually, first of all, just a word on the kit that we had the kit we had out there today. That was a joke. I mean, what was that? That didn't look anything like Manchester United. That looked like Arsenal trying to did the way I think they've had a couple of kits like that just, you're like, wait, that doesn't look like anything like your team. That did not look like Man United today. That was an atrocious kit, and they actually deserved to not win that game. They actually deserved to lose that game based on that kit alone. And as far as the performance goes, lazy. That's the one word. The one word to describe Manchester United today is lazy. It's lazy. Lazy from the manager, sticking with what he brought to the dance last year. The starting 11. Say, just take out Martial and replace him with Cavani, and that was the starting 11. And I think maybe was Rashford in there? I can't remember if Rashford actually started instead of Greenwood in that Europa League final. But yeah, just a couple of changes around, but it was same old from last season. You got Rafael Varane, he didn't play a single minute today. Sancho came on in the second half after we equalized, and that was it, and then he brought on Jay Lings towards the end as well. McTominay, who was somehow injured, which is why we had to stick with Fred and Matic, which, by the way, I said not the worst midfield ever, but that could actually, I think that is the worst. I think I was just being a little bit of a, forced bravado, because that is the worst Manchester United midfield I have ever seen. That was actually atrocious. That was a disaster. That's worse than Pereira and Herrera. That was absolutely tragic. Matic continue to daily and just play on the ball, which is actually how we consider the goal we did concede. He and Shaw and Maguire just messing around with it back there, and just hulking around and shuffling around with the ball, and then all of a sudden, it turns up on Fernandez's foot. He gets fouled. I don't care about any of that. I'm not getting involved in it. He gets fouled. Corporson obviously doesn't call it. Referees are not good at all. That's not a surprise. English referees are nowhere near good enough. So you can't complain if you concede a goal or you lose a game or you don't win a game because the referee made a mistake. The fact is, Man United, after conceding that goal, had all the time in the world. And Fred doesn't close down the shot. Matic doesn't close down the shot. Maguire doesn't step out enough. Lindelof, I didn't really expect him to do anything with that shot anyway, so not really going to be disappointed in him. It's a shot from Shea Adams. It's going in the other corner. David De Gea tracks it, but unfortunately, Fred decides that he wants to score a goal to add to the goal he scored against Leeds last. He had to balance the scale because he scored a goal against Leeds last week, so he had to balance the scale because that's just how it works with Fred, who was actually abysmal today. I just want to say that. And yeah, Matic and Fred, absolutely horrifying performance from them. Didn't really do much going forward. We started the game really well, put them under pressure, and then decided to go back into the same way. It was very, very similar to the game against Villarreal in the Europa League final, where we started the game positively, and then we just decided, you know what? It'll be fun if the other team has some leg up in this game. It'll be fun if they can actually put some passes together and they can put us under pressure and they can score the first goal so we can come from behind, because that's what we love to do. And this time, just like against Villarreal, just like it's happened a couple of times as well, we couldn't do it. We couldn't come back. 9 wins last season from losing positions away from home last season. 9 wins. And we couldn't do it this time because that's what happens. When you continue to give a team a leg up, you continue to put the team in a position where they shouldn't be in. That's what happens to you. You're going to get a game where you can't do it. You cannot lift yourself. You cannot, find that last moment. And we had a couple of chances. Pogba with a great move, and he obviously almost scored. Greenwood should have scored from a header from a good ball by Fred. The only positive thing he did all game. Really good ball into the box, and Greenwood should have scored that for sure. But those were the only 2 real chances we actually created, and they were just from some impudent play from individuals. And as a team, we were poor today. Lazy, like I said, lazy. Just lolling about with the ball, just wanting to play the ball around, taking too many touches, trying to keep possession in the back. A lot of times Matt just got the ball and instead of progressing it forward, he just took a touch and touched it out to the back. So yeah, I did a review and we saw Liverpool, who weren't actually at the best, but they were able to get the win against Burnley, and we're 2 points behind them already. It never ends. If Chelsea beat Arsenal, with the game starting in about 30 minutes. If Chelsea can beat Arsenal, they're 2 points ahead of us. City are already 1 point behind us already. Now they've closed the gap to a point. So that title I was all on about doing the week 1 review last week. It's over. We're not winning the league. We're not winning the league playing like this. Obviously, we can change, but can Ole change? Can he really change? I've been saying this since 2018, since he got the job permanently in 2019. It's a mistake. It's a mistake. You cannot have a one-night stand and turn it into a marriage. It just cannot. You cannot do it. And 99 times out of 98 times it doesn't work out. And you figure that one out. That's a math from you. 99 times out of 98 times that doesn't work out for you. And we turned a one-night stand into a marriage, and that's what happened. And there's not much left to say. Player ratings coming up. That's going to be a shorter video, I promise. I just had to get this up my chest. I said win, lose, or draw. It didn't matter after that first half performance. I was going to go in on the team. And I calmed down a little bit, obviously, because I remember that this is how Manchester United has been for years and years. It's not even just Ole. It's been under Mourinho, under Louis van Gaal, under David Moyes, under Ryan Giggs when he was interim manager. This team just flies to deceive, and they just cannot get themselves into a position where they get them some confidence going. If he would have started Varane and Sancho, that could have given the team a little bit of a boost, a little bit of a confidence boost, because it's a different avenue, different players, different system, different mentality probably. But he didn't. He didn't. He stuck to the status quo. He stuck with his favorites, and we paid for it. We paid for it big time. We already dropped 2 points from that 6-game start that we were looking at and going, oh, you know what, if we can get those 3 points or those games, so we can start with 6 wins out of 6 and put pressure on Liverpool and Chelsea. Well, guess what? Chelsea and Liverpool play each other, and regardless of if Chelsea can beat Liverpool, if Chelsea can beat Arsenal, today, then regardless of what happens, we're still going to be playing catch up to at least one of those teams. So that doesn't really do us any good. And it's what it is. It's what it is. Next game against Wolves. The only positive from today really is the fact that it's now 27 games unbeaten away from home, and we against Wolves we still have a chance in Molineux to set a new record, beat the record that Arsenal's Invincibles, I think, were the ones who set it, of 27 games unbeaten. We've tied that record away from home. We've tied the record now, and we have a chance to break it next week. But yeah, that's it. Honestly, that's it. And I think the one message for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer from this game, I don't know if he's gonna take it, because the fans were singing. The away fans, for some reason, were singing always at the wheel after 62 minutes. I'm like, mate, we're 1-1 against Southampton, a team who will lose more games than they're going to win or draw combined this season. They're going to lose more games than they're going to win or draw. We've just given them a point. We've just dropped 2 points away. We're tying against them. We were losing the game. Poor performance to that point. We get a goal from really good play from Bruno Fernandes, Paul Pogba, and Mason Greenwood. But we got that goal back, and they singing always at the wheel like we're winning 5-0 or something. And I just thought that was a disgrace. I love the United away fans. I thought that they were gonna bring it today, and they did bring it today. But I just thought that was strange to be singing always at the wheel. we're not winning the game. We're playing against Southampton. They're a poor team, and we should have beat them. And we didn't. We didn't apply ourselves well enough. We were lazy for most parts of the game. We were resting during the game, which is something that has been a problem for years now. And that's the problem. That's what happened to us today. And yeah, so the player ratings are coming up. That's gonna be a shorter video. Sorry this took 10 minutes, but yeah, I just felt emotional. And yeah, I might do a preview for Arsenal. I might not, but I'm out right now. So peace. Thank you for watching.